Hello world, good morning. It's April 29th. Of two 26-year-olds exchanging birthday wishes. In this fateful day we stand, similar in age, in front of the unrelenting passing of time. Days turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years. We can do nothing to stop it, but we can, in our hearts, appreciate the ever-changing world that we live in. And how, in a matter of a few more moons, you will be once again anagraphically older than me, and I will regain the advantage that has been ended to me by destiny. And just about your geriatric existence. Oh, what the fuck? Man? I do sound like a fucking Redditor.
Also, if you're wondering why the fuck I'm wearing a hat inside, I don't know. But I will not be inside for longer. Many people have asked me if I have any special plans for today, which I guess I appreciate as a question. But no, I'm going to I'm going to uni to work on my thesis now. That's the main focus. That's the main focus. Maybe I'll do something cooler later, okay? Maybe I'll do something cooler.
And I contemplated going to the same campus I went to yesterday and work in a department. That is the new frontier of me working on my thesis lately. But yeah, I remember that at 2 p.m. I do have my singing class, and if I go there, today is a little later than usual. I basically get there at like 15 to 10, and then at 12 I have to leave, so it's kind of a waste of time. I'm going to the closer campus and I'm just working in the library. I feel like today that's the right choice. Not that it matters to you, but you know what, just storytelling, I guess. Also really mad because I was hoping I could find one of the e-bikes, but they were all gone, so I'm stuck with a regular bike now. And these bikes are extremely heavy, so yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but I'll manage. I'll just get to campus drenched in sweat. Also, I showed my friends the Shrek plans the other day, and it was very funny because I was like, hey, I need to show you something, it's very cool. And he was like, ooh, what's that? And I I took him to the Shrek plants and like, look at how cool these plants are. They have like little antennae. I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And I'm like, it's like little Shrek plants. And believe me when I tell you, he had an appalled face. Like, if you imagine an appalled face, he was appalled. It was crazy how appalled he was. So funny, but he agreed. You know what? He agreed. It was like, you know, Shrek plant is actually pretty funny. So I think we won him over, and that's a win in my book. Today I'm realizing I probably need to start talking a little slower, because between that last clip with winning my friend over and the one when I read the response to the birthday message, I don't know, munching on my words. I'm stumbling up on my words. I am mumbling too much, so I need to start speaking a little slower. Okay, this is why I didn't want to have a regular bike. There's this underpass right before campus. Oh my god. This bike is not fun to ride it on. But yeah. Okay, we made it. Let's go. I'm a walking sweat stain. I need to find a place without too many people, or I'm gonna feel self-conscious about it. It's now noon, and you would expect me to learn to kind of vlog when I'm working on my thesis, but again, I've said it countless times already, I am not comfortable filming anything when there's people around. And just right there, like 20 seconds ago I had to change route because I saw people through the glass. Oh my god, I made 119 of these videos, and still I have not really gotten used to filming. And now at this moment I'm actually also super conscious with the fact that people right there are seeing me with my arm like reaching out. But you know what, it's good, it's good. I've been working, I've been coding. It's pretty funny. I'm coding in a language I don't know. I'm using Go for my thesis because I'm working on Kubernetes, and it's making it's pretty fun. You know what? It's pretty fun. Code is finally code again, and not just like another convoluted language. And it finally regained some of its magic. Alright, once again, I didn't find an e-bike. Damn it. I'm gonna have to sweat all the way back right now, just now that I had dried up, I guess. That's disgusting, man. That is disgusting. But yeah, we are here. I'm gonna save you the trip back. It's basically the same. It's exactly the same as the trip here. So yeah, see you in a second. I'm actually being a public nuisance here just in the sun because look at this. If I turn my arm, I'm gonna blind everyone in the radius of like in a 15-mile radius. I am the kind of pale that I describe as raw chicken pale. It's like, brother, get something fixed in your melanin. What the fuck? I just saw the fattest worm on the sidewalk. I've never seen a worm so fat and juicy as that, but you don't care about that. I don't think so, at least. Anyway, today I didn't really want to make this all just about a daily vlog. I wanted to, I don't know, this is not a self-help channel, so let me check. Is there people? Yeah, there's one person coming behind me. This is not, I decided early on in the daily vlog that I would not share too much of what I would classify as advice, because I don't think I am the person that you should refer to if you wanted advice. I mean, not in a general, I guess, point of view, from a general point of view, or in a general situation. If we are talking one-on-one, I mean, I'm not saying my advice is more valuable than anyone else's, but that would make more sense. But I didn't want to make this daily vlog for this year, so I guess condescending and and ambitious as to claim I have the answers to questions that you might have. But today, for the birthday daily vlog, I wanted to share a couple of things. I wanted to do 3 because you know what, good things come in threes. Yeah, I wanted to share 3 bits, I would say, of advice that I have learned in this past year, and that I feel, wait, yo, this is a perfect stand, and that I feel could actually be useful in a general situation. So here is 3 things that I've learned from the day I turned 25 to today that I'm turning 26. Jaywalking. Can you believe that I knew what I wanted to talk about when I recorded that clip. I don't know anymore. I forgot what the 3 things are. I just know it was gonna be very antagonistic in the way I proposed them, and I was gonna chill out. But I forgot what the fuck I was gonna talk about. Oh man. It was gonna be something like, what did I learn as of late? What did I learn? And how can I say it in an antagonistic matter? It's like, today is not the day, or it's not about you, or it's not worth it, and then it's gonna like be something a little bit more motivational, I guess. But yeah, I mean, what I learned, honestly, 3 things. Fuck the 3 things. The one thing that I've learned, and that is gonna manifesting this for this weekend. I know this week, you know what? This week is all about Saturday. And last week has also been all about next Saturday. But I feel like this is the most important thing I've learned in the last 3 years. But I've really only finalized focusing on it in the last year. Whatever you don't do today, you have time to do tomorrow. It's not worth it to burn yourself out. It's not worth it to sacrifice more than an arbitrary amount that you are able to. You only know how much you were actually able to sacrifice after you have taken a little too much. So it's kind of like you have to live and learn, to do like some trial and error kind of thing. But it's not worth it to just use all of your resources and burn yourself out because you're afraid you're running out of time, you're gonna be left behind. You are not gonna be left behind. And whatever you don't do today, you will find time, you will have the opportunity to do later on. Not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 2 days, maybe in a year. I feel like that's something that I used to struggle a lot with. I burned myself out pretty bad in a 2021, I think. And I mean, it's been 4 years. I mean, December 20, it's been 3 years and a half. It's been 3 years and a half. I just wanna sit on that. It's taken a bit. In the last year, I've started to like actually recover from it. But man, now, if I knew then, this is a classic. This is the evergreen sentence. This is the this is the very essence of life. If I knew then what I know now. If I knew then what I know now. It do be like that, right? If I knew then what I know now, things would have been so much better. But maybe I know now what I know now because then I didn't know what I know now. Because that was part of the learning process, I guess. Make it make sense. And I guess another thing could also be, it's not about what you can do. It's more about what it is in this circumstance. I'll let the viewer decide. I'll let you decide what this tells you. But one thing I figured out, or rather one thing I've kind of been pondering on in the last year, it's not about what you can do, but it's more about what you think you can do, right? And also it's not, no, I don't know. I haven't really thought about this segment a lot. I thought I was gonna, you know what? I thought I was gonna skip the segment after the clip I recorded, and I stood up. Now I'm sitting. I'm tired, and I recorded 3 minutes of that, and here we are again, another minute gone by. It's not about what you can do, but what you think you can do.
And I mean, of course, when you reframe when you reframe a problem like that, you have to keep into consideration certain variables. That is, if I believe you or I or whoever can do whatever they set their mind to. Of course, we need to stay within the realm of possibilities, and we have to keep into account the time. You can set whatever you can achieve whatever you set your mind to if you can manage to basically harmonize the expectation, the time and output expectations that you have. So I cannot fucking draw. I used to be good at drawing when I was 6 or 7 or 8 for a 6, 7 or 8-year-old. I have not gotten much better than that. I haven't progressed in my drawing since I was 8, maybe 10. Still, it's been a long time. But yeah, so if I wanted to draw, if I wanted to learn how to draw, I cannot draw. I am confident I can learn how to draw. But in order to learn how to draw, I need to kind of balance out what my expectation, what my definition for learning how to draw is, what my expectation for the final output is, and what the time that is gonna have to pass before I can validate those assumptions is, and also how much I'm gonna work on it. So if you're willing to put your effort in something, you're gonna do it, give it enough time. But yeah, I mean, this is useless advice, okay? You've tuned in today. I believe this segment started around the 10-minute mark. I'm not sure, but something like that. And you tuned in to listen to this 26-year-old nobody give very basic advice with no depth whatsoever. But, and here comes the third thing. And I wanted to change the setting for this third thing. And I think this is the most important thing that I've learned this last year. As you know, I've talked about it quite a bit actually in the daily vlog. But I've been going to therapy, and for the last... This is the third year. This is my third year. And it's been miraculous. It's been one of the greatest decisions I've taken. And what you do in therapy, it's not really about just going to your therapist and yapping and ranting and venting and just spewing nonsense until it makes sense. I mean, you can do that, but what happens with therapy is you try to develop stronger introspection. You try to look into things more and try to see into things more than would appear at first glance. And all of that meaning comes from within yourself. So my third kind of thing that I realized this year is that advice, even surface level advice, kind of what I've given you in the last 6 minutes, 7 almost, 8 almost. Advice makes sense until it doesn't. Until it makes sense once again. And what I mean by that, what I mean by that is it's very easy for people to just go online, for example, but in whatever place, circumstance, stage, and just dish out advice. And when I say dish out, it's kind of not, it's kind of derogatory, but what I mean is
not everything that is true for me is also going to be true for you. And something that is very easy for me to understand might not be easy for you, and vice versa. Something that you could say, oh, duh, that's clearly how things are. And I'm like, yeah, but it took me 26 years to understand. But the thing is, advice, you should not take advice at face value, because advice at face value, I think, doesn't really provide much value. But rather, any advice that you receive should only be a spark that ignites kind of like a flame of self-reflection, introspection, and that sets into motion kind of like a process of trying to understand what you can derive from that situation to be happier, to feel better, to whatever your objective in the end game is. But yeah, so advice makes sense when they tell you. Is like, okay, I understand the words that you're saying. Every word that you're using, I am familiar with it. It makes sense until it doesn't, because you have to take that advice, forget about it, and like just start questioning with critical thinking mostly, how you feel about something specific. And then you realize that through that process, you start to derive your own advice. And it might take a few tries. It might not be... It's also not like a definite process where, okay, somebody tells me something, I get something out of it, I figured it out. It's mostly like an iterative process that could not and finish on the first try. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that you should disregard anyone that tells you that they have the answer to your problem, but take every experience, take every single word you hear, and process it within yourself and try to understand yourself better, and derive your advice, your own advice, through that. I feel like that makes sense. This is kind of like therapy, you know what? This is me therapizing myself through you. So if you stayed here, if you sat through the last 12 minutes of me rambling about advice and meaning and reflection, I mean, congrats to you. But yeah, honestly, I feel like if there's a day where I can just sit down or maybe lay on this bean chair and beanbag chair, not bean chair, beanbag chair, and just yap like I'm some kind of guru. It's the day, okay? I'm turning fucking 26. I failed in stopping the video. I wanted to stop the video on the screen, but I failed in doing that. 26. It's the last year of my mid 20s. Because you have 20, then you have early 20s is 1, 2, 3, and you have mid 20s 4, 5, 6, and then you have late 20s 7, 8, 9, and I'm scared. Anyway, it's been a few hours, and I haven't completely been productive to what I thought I would do. Wait, how the fuck do you get out of that reflective segment, whatever you want to call it, and just go back to the daily vlog? Just like this? I imagine like this? I don't know. But yeah, so I've been working on this, which I have wanted to work on for so long, and I finally got a chat and like event sub client for Twitch, for my stream, So I'm gonna be able to start doing some cooler things that I have been able to so far. And I hadn't touched Python in a long time. My opinion on I used to I used to teach Python. I used to be a Python instructor, and my opinion on it has changed. I'll be honest, over the last couple of years, but it's been nice to just play around with it and get this thing done. Yeah, that's mostly what I've been doing this afternoon. I wanted to go out and film some YouTube shorts / TikTok / Reels to kind of promote the Liechtenstein stream. But I'll be doing that tomorrow. Because you know what? After I had the best singing class session of all time. I was on fire today. By the way, I had a shower, okay? My hair is not that greasy. Yeah, it's a shower. But yeah. It was fire. I came back, I worked on my thesis a little bit, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna work on the other thing. I work on that, and tomorrow, if hopefully the weather is sunny, I am going to just go and film a couple of shorts, reels, TikTok. I mean, it's the same video, and I'm gonna post it 3 times, right? And yeah. That's about it for the moment. Right now, I'm going out with my friends. We're gonna get a pizza and then we're gonna go to a bar to kind of like chill, celebrate. I am not big into celebrating my birthday. I used to be obsessed with my birthday. I used to be like April, being born on the 29th. Basically, April was a month-long celebration when I was a kid. Now, I am not a huge fan, but yeah, it's an opportunity. It's a reason to just go out and hang out with my friends. So you know what? I'll take it. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna go and get a pizza with my friends. Anyway, what accent was that? I should not be surprised given my track record, but I left and my phone is dead, basically dead. And unfortunately, the friends I'm going to don't have the same charger that I need, and I never have one with me. So I'm not even sure why I'm recording this. I should be saving my battery life, but what you want to do? Also, there's a super cute cat. Hello. Hello. Let's go, Aki! Woohoo! Also, it's pretty coincidental that we got a 429 bicycle today. Yippee! This is the ugliest building ever. I've already talked about this.